And hopefully it's poetry, you'll dig it. If not, you know, throw some shit at him or something. But without further ado, put your hands together for my man Eric Ott, Big Papa E.
Can't tell the Big Papa E's a little tongue-in-cheek. I've got an inner Big Papa E. Here's a piece. I can't dance, I tell her as I try to free my fist from the grip of this painfully beautiful woman pulling me toward the throbbing horde of the house party dance floor. I can't dance. And she purrs, sure you can. It's easy. And I say, well, sure it's easy for you, but you could be choking on a chicken bone and giving yourself the Heimlich on the edge of a chair. And Paula Abdul would be like, God damn, that girl's got some moves. But me? I hit the dance floor and epileptics come up to me and say, brother, I know how that feels. I can't dance. What little I know about dancing, I learned from Ali Sheedy in the Breakfast Club. I can't dance. If I made love like I dance, I would never get laid. Oh my God, I do make love like I dance. That's why I never get laid. But I don't tell her this. I just say, I can't dance. And she fixes her feline gaze upon me like Lady Galadriel did Frodo. And in my mind, I hear her whisper, just watch me. And I am powerless to do anything but watch this goddess in the form of an English lit major in jeans so skin tight. They are no longer fabric. They are flesh. They are a big blue tattoo with a pulse and a waistline cut so low you can almost see the baby faces of her knees peek over her belt loops. She winks and wades backwards into the throbbing tide of bobbing college kids and begins rump shaking this wickedly gyrating Humpty Hump Humped Hump dance that defies the laws of physics. Her body thrashing like a South American river full of starving piranha tearing apart an unsuspecting cow to the beat of P. Diddy and Missy Elliott. Her blur of an ass is twitching so frantically yet so precisely she must have robotic pistons in her hips as she slips the pointy tip of her tongue to her lips. If you take drumsticks to her undulating midriff, she'd do deadly drum rolls on the foreheads of every boy on the dance floor. Goddamn. She's cleaving rhythmically through the booty jungle like a flesh machete, and I haven't blinked once, and she's eyeballing me, mouthing the words, come dance with me, as she runs her open palms along her curves and quivers like a fleshy jackhammer, like a jello molded Madonna, like a field of dragonflies fluttering their wings at once. She's setting up sympathetic vibrations inside me like sitar strings, and my body succumbs to the rhythm, my feet shuffling, my knees bucking, my hips bumping. And then she breaks away from the crowd and walks towards me with her arms outstretched as she's looking right through me and into my beating heart that wants nothing more than for once to dance with abandon. And I take her hand and I whisper, I can't dance. But tonight I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
It's not my drink. Almost took a drink from somebody else's drink. I'll do two more. Here's one. This is called Poem for Castadera Antoine McGee. Excuse me. Thank you. My next poem. Yeah, I'm good. I just had a smoothie, so I'm burping up strawberry stuff. It was good the second time around, too. All right, this is, sorry. Yeah, sorry. This is Poem for Castadera Antoine McGee. I imagine myself with you, Cass, on childhood street corners, sweating in the New Orleans summertime sun, sucking on frozen Kool-Aid in a Dixie cup in the curbside shade of a broken down pickup truck. I imagine us Locking and popping the old school hip hop like Boogaloo Shrimp. Trying to pimp the candy store hotties with our portable cardboard dance floors. We spin our gangly bodies into b-boy oblivion. Boombox blasting staccato break beats while Grandmaster Flash bellowed, "Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge." And I'll be right there with you, Cass. Frontin' with some white kid cabbage patch running man mime shit. Thinking I was the moonwalkingest motherfucker in all the neighborhood. And waiting for the inevitable bidding war for our music. Sucker MCs could not fade us. We was lyrical assassinators, cold cut commentators, gesticulating wildly over plates of your great aunt's red beans and green tomatoes, collard greens and mashed potatoes. And I'm telling Cass about this dope poem I write about him and me when we was kids. And I looked at Cass expecting that glowing smile of recognition, expecting imagined stories to fall from his tongue like ripe plums, populated with characters named Skillethead and Junebug, and prefacing everything with, "Man, you remember that one time?" And I'd be like, "Yo, man, that shit was off the hook, yo. But Cass doesn't smile. He just clucks his tongue at me. Says, "Now I appreciate the enthusiasm with which you embrace what you think is my culture, but I have news for you, my friend. My mother wasn't Wheezy Jefferson, and my father wasn't Fred Sanford. And I did not spend my childhood on street corners with fucking Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. You see, I don't appreciate you rewriting my childhood so you could pretend you had a black friend. I lost track of my white friends who think Negro is some esoteric language with secret handshakes and code words you can just pick up through osmosis, through the Beastie Boys and blaxploitation flicks. You see, if you just asked me, I would tell you. I was the only black kid in my neighborhood who looked into the blue eyes of Robert Smith of The Cure and saw something familiar staring back at me. If you just asked me, I would tell you I was the only black kid in my neighborhood who had a crush on both Molly Ringwald and Ali Sheedy. Eric, I was the only black kid in my neighborhood. And certainly the only gay kid at my school. And if I had known you back then, we probably would have been the best of friends. You see, I think it's cool you know so much about Miles Davis and John Coltrane and Thelonious Monk, and it's cool you know so much about Langston Hughes and Etheridge Knight and Amiri Baraka, but that does not mean you know shit about me. Now go write a poem about that. I have one more piece. Anybody ever heard of Etheridge Knight?
Yep.
Oh, one person, thankfully. That's my favorite poet of all time. It's the poet who got me into writing poetry. If you've not picked up some poetry from Etheridge Knight, please, you can't go to the bookstore, you gotta go to the library, but he's got a great book called The Essential Poems of Etheridge Knight. It's brilliant. One of my favorite poems by him is called Feeling Fucked Up. It's about how drugs pushed his lover away. And I wrote a poem in the same style called Poetry Widow about how my poetry pushed a lover away. And so this goes out with props to Etheridge Knight. It's called Poetry Widow. "Fuck poetry," she said, the smoking gun of her finger in my face. "Fuck poetry. You don't write poetry for me anymore. You write excuses. Oh, I've hurt your feelings again. Here's another poem. Oh, I've disrespected your body again. Here's another poem. Fuck poetry. You're not a poet, you're a snake oil salesman. You don't have relationships, you have anecdotes. I am not your girlfriend. I'm your material. You take every sweet moment we've shared, every intimate detail, every secret, and you twist them into laughter, just stupid poetry slams. That is not poetry. That is rape. You rape our relationship of meaning in front of audiences who dare to cheer you on. I used to love your poetry. I was so flattered the first time you wrote a poem about me. It was so sweet. All that talk, curves in her hips and a smile on her lips and a little round belly just like a real woman should. But now I see through your shtick. Fuck poetry. You don't write poetry, you write foreplay. You write propaganda. You prostitute your abilities on self-centered conquest. I am not your muse. Your hunger for acceptance, your fucked up self-esteem, that is your muse. Fuck poetry. And as a matter of fact, fuck Charles Bukowski. And fuck Allen Ginsberg too. Fuck Snyder and Burroughs and Rexroth. Fuck sibilants and consonants and assonants and alliteration. Fuck free verse and sestinas and quatrains and fucking limericks and haiku. Fuck moon, spoon, June. Fuck soulmate, partner, friend. Fuck lover. Fuck mother. Fuck God. Fuck Jesus. Fuck all the disciples, because nothing is holy. Nothing is holy. Nothing in your poetry is holy. Fuck poetry. You want to write poetry for me? Fine. Put down your pen and love me a poem. Respect me a poem. Eric, I need you to stop fucking around at your poetry slams and just for once, be poetry. Thank you.
Record and stop it for about 3 seconds. He's a national poetry slam champion who combines stand-up comedy and poetry and dramatic monologue. Please give a warm voice welcome for Big Papa E!
You started yet. Thank you, good night. I am the biggest asshole in all the mosh pit. I don't give a damn. And if you don't like it, I'll pull a stage dive and take your greasy punk ass out. I wade through the arching, twisting, gnashing whirlpool of elbows and knuckles, and I will fuck up any Drew foolish enough to meet my gaze. For I'm a lumbering behemoth with a 6-foot-tall spiked mohawk and a pierced uvula. I got arms like I-beams, fists like ambles, neck like a sewer pipe, head like a Volkswagen. I shrug my mighty shoulders and sweaty punks go flying through the air like gnats off a yak's back. Yea, though I march through the valley in the shadow of punk rock music, I shall fear no punk, for I am the biggest, the baddest, the meanest, the no pain feeling as jackbooted thugging his steel toe, having his no tooth grinning his Boba Fett walking his Wookiee scout stalking his punk rock motherfucker in all the valley. As a matter of fact, I made the valley with one mighty drag of my pinky toe. Goddamn! Shazam! Poetry slam! Motherfucking green eggs and ham! Somebody say amen. Amen. Somebody say a woman. Amen. Just because you see me standing in the corner all by myself, watching the mosh pit mayhem from afar, skinny, in a black Depeche Mode t-shirt, it don't mean nothing because I don't have to prove myself to nobody. Damn! Yeah. This is how we're gonna do it. When I get to the end of a piece, I'm gonna go like this, and you guys are gonna go fucking ballistic. Let's try it. Is that Janelle over there? Yeah. Okay, what's that, Janelle? Any short people in the house? Short people? If this place is like on fire and all the tall people fucking die for the floor to get the good hair, us short people just walk the fuck out. All good hair, we need this short sister. Go on a road trip, who's the one complaining about their fucking knees? Not me. I never bump my head on anything. If we bump our heads on something, that shit is too fucking low. Don't talk to me about reaching shit, because that's what fucking chairs and tall people are about. Bitch, give me that tuna can on the top shelf now. My name is Big Papa E, and I am a wussy boy. It's taken me a long time to admit it. I remember shouting in high school, "No, Dad, I'm not gay!"